That was, I thought, really impressive.
Yeah, and the goal just after half-time obviously would have given them some sort of confidence.
Yeah.
Prior to that, they played lots of football without looking like...
You know what, the key point in this clip, Gary, is look at the amount of numbers they have in the box. You know, Sabitzer, he pulls into a lovely little pocket of space. There's the space, obviously, that they're going to be looking to attack. But once this ball goes out wide, look at that. What, they've got 4 or 5 bodies in there. So obviously gives you a much better chance against a side that you expect to be well drilled in this department. But, you know, we haven't really spoke about Sabitzer much on air, really. We spoke about him a lot off air.
We spoke before the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great delivery into the box, and he's a player that kind of drifted in. It was, you know, their new signing who popped up with the with the goals. So it was what they deserved, really, at that time. We just felt like, where's it going to come from? Because they didn't have that kind of marksman that they've usually had in their team.
Well, it seemed to liven up Atlético after that, didn't it? And then João Felix came on, and he definitely made a difference.
Yeah, he did. And we said at half-time they're going to need a substitute to come on and influence the game for him. And he was that guy that came on. And listen, huge price tag, 120 million for a young kid like him. And today he showed this little cameo here when he came on. He nutmegged 2 people in this game when he came on. But it's how direct and how he drives at the defenders and commits people, and fully deserved penalty. Stupid tackle from the defender, clumsy. But he forced them into that, and there wasn't any time before that the Atlético Madrid looked like getting into that area and driving beyond the defenders.
Yeah, cool.
He gets up and takes it. Young kid. Yeah. Obviously got the confidence.
When you see that little cameo he's put in there, Rio, do you have to put some responsibility at Simeone's doorstep, even though he's probably not performed? Because the 2 centre-forwards for Atletico today were miles off it, weren't they, really?
You obviously we're sitting here going, well, where's he been? He's obviously had injuries, that's a given, but he's been back from injury. How he's not getting minutes? This kid looks like a real talent, and we've not been able to see that in an Atlético Madrid shirt.
Yeah, he had struggled a little bit in the season, though, to find his way. I mean, it's difficult. You come with that massive price tag, 100%. Well over 100 million.
I'm just thinking that, like, when we watched, you know, Upamecano against Costa today, it was just like...
Costa was just not mobile.
It's like almost no point in being there. He played up against him all the time, and the minute Felix comes onto the pitch, he dropped a little bit deeper, went into areas he didn't want to be in, and you just think, you know, it was a strange decision when you look at it like that to an extent.
Almost like he's playing when he's playing for Simeone, like we said before, you have to have a certain amount of discipline. He looks like a bit of a maverick who wants to drift into different positions to free himself up. And I don't think that fits.
Although he had Griezmann, though, who's a kind of player that could come and do it, although he was...
We used to do clips of Griezmann, though. He used to do slide tackles on the edge of his box. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't just a flair player. He bought into the grit and the compactness and determination of that side as well.
Yeah, OK, what a moment for Tyler Adams. Obviously, it was slightly fortuitous in the sense that it was deflected, but he won't mind. As long as he gets the goal.
We can talk about him in a minute. This ball, oh my God, that ridiculous ball. Yeah, Sabitzer again, he impressed hugely again today, but that pass opened up everything to allow the shot to be played. How he sees that pass with that angle and executes it as well.
You know,
great talent.
I reckon there's about 4 or 5 clips of players able to pick up the ball on the edge of the box and have a shot for Leipzig. Sometimes they didn't take it on, sometimes they passed. But that wasn't a typical Atletico display for me today. It wasn't. You know, don't get me wrong, brilliant, you know, for a young Tyler Adams to get that goal in a quarter-final, unbelievable. But we spoke about Atletico being compact and tough to play against.
Do you think, though, perhaps the fact that they weren't playing against
underdogs,
a Barcelona or Real Madrid or a Liverpool even when we saw them in the last round, that it didn't really suit them?
Almost a lack of respect to an extent, really. I mean, they've obviously felt, you know, we'll go out and we'll play against you because we don't feel like we need to, you know, camp in and play counter-attacking football. It's shown that they actually still did need to do that.
Well, Leipzig were playing like Atletico towards the latter stage. Obviously, when they got the lead, defending for their lives as you would. And
Upamecano was their best player on the pitch. He was formidable when the ball was going up to him. But I think to a man at this stage of the game, they all defended like their lives depended on it. And that's what you need at this level. I mean, they threw bodies forwards here. Look at the amount of bodies in the box from Atlético Madrid. And it's only the fact that they came back, the Leipzig players, and they matched up. But you need heart here, you need character, you need desire, and I think they showed all of them qualities, especially late on in the game. You see what it means to them, look, and the whistle goes.
Simeone simmering, I would imagine, on the
A lot to think about.
Really.
A lot to think about in terms of obviously the way that his style of his teams. It's not been an amazing season for him in La Liga.
Can he change that though? Do you think he can change it, or will he want to change that?
No, I don't think he will. You know, if anything, I think he'll probably move on at some stage and try the same format somewhere else. But I don't know. Tonight's game for me felt. I don't know. It felt like the end to an extent. Atletico, maybe not for him, but I don't know. That model just hasn't worked in the Champions League for him.
As the game moved on, you know, from the managers that do play that very defensive, low block. You know, now you're seeing more progressive football. The Manchester City keeping
You say that though, but they beat Liverpool over 2 legs.
Yeah, but I mean,
both
one-off.
games.
But overall, they're not. You know, they didn't have such a good season. They've now gone out in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can perhaps do it and find an underdog performance, but can you do? Is that going to bring you ultimately a lot of success now in the modern game, where teams play from the back and they go right away through?
Don't get me wrong. I think there is a place for it, and there's a time to turn it on and off when you need to. But I think consistently playing that way, I think teams are finding ways to break you down now. You know, you can't play that way against Manchester City, for example.
Strings to your bow.
You need a plan A and a plan B. That's the thing. If you can be adaptable in different formations and different styles of playing, if you can go on the front foot at times, but your main source of trying to win a game is to sit back and be compact, but you can go on the front foot, then I think that gives you more of a chance. And I don't see, especially from today's game, that Atlético Madrid have got that second style of playing.
OK, let's take a little breather, and after the break, perhaps we'll hear from one of the managers. I'm not quite sure, but it's definitely the Mini Marino that was triumphant this evening over Costa. Simeone.